Hey guys, so
Recording in progress.
this is part 2 of where to advertise your bookkeeping business. So it's the best place to go and get clients in 2025. So in the part 1 of this video, we touched on some of the organic marketing methods. And organic just means free or low cost methodologies to grow your business. Now that's not to be mistaken with how people say happenstance marketing. They might say, yeah, it's just organically growing. That's not what organic marketing method really means, okay? So we touched on Facebook groups, LinkedIn networking, utilizing like content media like YouTube, Google My Business, and some referral partnerships. So today we're going to talk about paid advertising methodologies, which are a little bit more. It can be faster in some cases, but there are a lot more that kind of comes with it. So let's go. So we'll start with Facebook ads. So you can target local business owners or specific industries like e-commerce store owners. You can target real estate agents. You can target lawyers, etc., based on different interests, job titles, and demographics. Now, Facebook ads are good because if you understand how to purchase leads and like how to actually get people who are interested in. What is that? Is that my AC? So I'm inside this hotel and I'm in Fort Myers today, and like I'm in Fort Myers for the weekend. And yeah, this I think something with my heater or whatever because it's like really cold in the room, so I gotta figure that out. But yeah, so if you understand how to purchase leads or even purchase conversion-based event tracking, then growing your business can be very consistent. One misconception people have with Facebook ads is that Facebook ads are faster. That's not always the case. Now, depending on the type of ad strategy you're running, you can get clients in under 30 days, yes. But in most cases, Facebook ads are more serving to start the interaction and get a wide number of people that are potentially interested in your services. See, that's the misconception. Advertising is not fast, it's just more direct and it's more controllable. I know that for every ad, if I spend $1, I'm going to get like $6 back. And I don't know exactly when I'm going to get that $6 back, but I know over time I'm going to get that. Now, I don't know which of the specific leads are going to buy from me, but I know a certain percentage of people will buy. So let's say it's like for every 100 people that fill out their lead information, right, then 2 out of that 100 people are going to buy. Now, that might sound like a really small number, like only 2 out of 100 people, but like if you're in advertising, you can do that consistently, and like that just keeps going over and over and over. 50 leads is not a lot of leads, so it's actually very, very effective if you can do that. If you can go and get one client for every 50 people that opt in means like gives you the email or the phone number, you could be a millionaire in probably, depending on how much you spend, probably in like 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years, you can have at least your first $1 million in business doing that. Most people actually, for every probably about, they operate like on a 1%, and that's actually good. Most people actually operate on 0.05%. So for every, we'll say 150 people that opt in, they would get 1 client. So if you're doing a 1 every 50, you're gonna move really, really quickly. And it's just also because when you start advertising, especially on Facebook, there's a lot of low quality that kind of comes. There's a lot of like wasteful spend. So because it's interest-based targeting, it's what's called disruption-based marketing. So whenever someone's scrolling through Facebook, they're coming to be entertained, talk to their friends, see what's going on in people's lives. They're not going on Facebook to learn more about your bookkeeping services. So when your ads show up, you're actually interrupting them. Now, in a lot of cases, people might accidentally click on the ad, so then Facebook's like, oh, this person must be interested. And they start showing the ads to more people like the irrelevant person. And over time, your ads will start to either like slow down or start bringing a bunch of people that are just unqualified or just have no reason to actually like have opted into your ad. They just do it on accident, or they just do it because, oh, Facebook told me to. So that's why like ads can generally like tend to slow down or not be like the most effective over like short term and long term, is because of that that aspect of it. Next thing is Google ads. So you can run local search ads or you can run display ads. Now display ads, like those like pictures that you see just like on random websites that have like, let's say like a picture of like magnesium or a picture of like a phone for you to go click on and buy. Those are good, but for bookkeeping services, you'd rather do a search ad. That means whenever someone types in like certain phrases like best bookkeeping services near me, then the ad will actually trigger and it will show them your business information, right? So those are actually pretty effective. They can be a little bit expensive because in a lot of cases you're paying per click. So per time that someone actually like clicks on your ad to buy or to look and like know more stuff about you. So I do like search ads. It's just it can be a little bit more expensive, and you do have to kind of like just kind of be understanding like how it works. With the Google the search ads, it's not going to be quite as fast as far as like the lead flow and like the number of leads, but the quality of the people that actually click on it in a lot of cases are going to be a lot higher, right? So you're not going to get as many clicks, you're not going to get as much action, but the people that do, you're going to get some pretty good results. Next are LinkedIn ads. So LinkedIn ads are good for B2B. That means business to business type advertising. They're not very good for like business to consumer. So if you're doing like tax prep, they're not the best. They're not the best for you. But if you're doing stuff like, just trying to reach local businesses, then they can be okay. I have heard on average that LinkedIn ads can be a little bit more expensive than Facebook ads, just on a per lead kind of basis. So those costs will add up. So you do have to make sure that you're going after like clients that can afford to pay you more money. If you don't know how to understand like how much a client can potentially pay you before you start talking to them, then I would probably not recommend running LinkedIn ads. So if you need to learn like how to really estimate that and like learn how to price out your services, let me know. I can definitely, inside of our mentorship program, we definitely help people with that. It just makes things a lot easier. So like if you know how much someone can afford to spend, you can make a math equation. So if I know it's going to cost me, we'll say like $1,000, I have to pay $1,000 worth of ads to get this person to sign up. Well, if I know they can afford to pay me $2,000 per month, okay, well in month number one, I'm already profitable and it just makes sense to do that. But if I can't, and like I spend $1,000, maybe the person's like super small, they can only afford to pay me $100 a month. Okay, well, it's gonna take me 10, 12 months to actually start being like profitable in the ad, and that's just too much time, right? With ads, it's all about math. You want to make sure that if you're going to spend $1 today, you want to make sure that within at least like 30 days, you can try and like double or triple your money. Now, in some cases, that doesn't happen for a lot of people, right? So for most beginners, you want to just make sure that if you're losing money in the beginning, you don't lose too much money. And at the bare minimum, you can try and at least make your $1 back. If you can do that, then you're ready for ads. If not, and you've been running some ads for a while and like maybe spend like $500, $1,000, $2,000, probably not the right thing. So like for most people, if you don't have someone that's like guiding you how to do it, I would not run ads if you are not prepared to at least spend like $1,500. Because like the first like probably $500 is just gonna be spent on like you just like learning that your ad, the way you made your ad was wrong. The second $500 is probably gonna be about like you like not knowing the platform and like maybe the platform is sending you bad quality leads. And the third $500 is gonna be like the actual $500 you should have spent to actually go get the client. So, and again, like if someone like myself is like saying, hey, run your ad like this, use this template, use this is the cost per lead, this is like how you should be tracking, setting things up, it's a lot less expensive for you. Cool. Next thing are like industry directories and like listings. Now, you can just use stuff like Craigslist, Thumbtack, also one called Clutch that allow you to list your services and get inbound leads. Now, I personally, the only time I like using Upwork is just to create your profile on Upwork. I do not like sending job proposals out on Upwork because the people that reach out to you on Upwork are generally much higher quality and they're going to be willing to pay you a lot more money. Yeah, I've had students where they got like, I had a student who got like I think like $3,000 a month from like I think like one client was like $1,500 a month, other one was like $1,700 a month from Upwork, but they both reached out to him. So it's more of like you're putting yourself up there and out there for people to find you, but it's not necessarily the best unless you can send out just hundreds of job proposals and like you are prepared to spend a good amount of money, right? I think a lot of people kind of treat Upwork like it's like this free low cost methodology to kind of get clients, but it's like you have to be thinking more like you're running a Facebook ad that's just more of a manual Facebook ad than you just kind of trying and sending out some job proposals. Because like you got to be able to outspend people. You got to be able to send more proposals and buy more credits than everyone else in order to be successful. Because then you can just apply to as many jobs as possible. Thumbtack is a little bit more straightforward, right? It's just like you're just buying the leads directly, and then your job is to then go and like prospect them and like get them to like work. So it's like you pay for a lead, then you get the chance to buy. Now this Thumbtack can generally be the most cost-effective type of advertising in the beginning, because it's like you're directly paying for a chance to go and sell someone. So it's like you know this person's potentially interested in buying your service, so you're saving time. Number two, you know that the lead is interested, and you know there's a chance you're going to be making money. So if you can do that enough times, and if you can do that in a very like profitable manner, then you're going to be successful. You'll be successful. That's the key there. Cool. Next thing are like local business sponsorship. Like sometimes we'll like have people where it's like a local Rotary Club or like someone at like a restaurant's like, yeah, we have this like magazine that we like to put business owners in. Or maybe it's your local chamber of commerce. They'll be like, hey, we have a newsletter we can put you in. You can advertise in our like physical magazine too. Those can be, if you're already at that place and you've been there for a while and it's not super expensive, it's meh. MEH meh. It can like it's very similar to networking. It can be good. Like if you're already getting clients from that specific networking group, okay, cool. That might make sense to do that. But if it's like a new thing, you're the newest person, they go like all the people in the group are doing it. It's like no, they're not, or else you wouldn't be reaching out to me to do it, right? So they're trying to use like a lot of like not peer pressure, but like kind of like social proof that this person's also in and they pay for it, so it must be a good thing. But if you don't understand the other person's advertising strategy, it might not be the right thing for you. There are a lot of businesses where the only advertising they really care about is just showing their face out there, because they know if they show their face out there a long enough time, over like a 20-year career, you're gonna like just blow up really, really large. But for someone like you and myself, if we need to go and make money today, then just paying for this branding or name recognition or facial recognition is not really that helpful. I need to be able to get a piece of contact information from a lead and convert that lead. That's called direct response marketing. Okay, do direct response marketing, not branding. That's why like buying the leads on Thumbtack or Facebook ads directly or even Google ads search results, right, are gonna be good. Cool. And like it doesn't have to be that huge of a budget if you know what you're doing. Like for me, for example, so I'll tell you for me, and I'll tell you like for example, sometimes like I'll spend ads and I'll like spend like anywhere between like $3 to like $14 a day on like ads, which I mean that might sound like a lot to you, but like, there was a time when I was spending like $7 to $8 grand a month on like Facebook ads every single month, right? But now I can spend, what is that? Let's say it's 14 times about 25. That's about $350 a month to go and get anywhere between like $5,000 to $10,000 a month and spent. It's ridiculous at this point. It's so ridiculous. Like I got my cost per client so low, like it can cost for like anywhere between like $300 to $320, whereas like industry average is like anywhere between like $1,000 to like $2,000. So there's kind of some tricks of the trade of like learning how to do Facebook. But yeah, I had a student that he spent like $5 a day on like Facebook ads, and it landed him like $1,200 per month client like in 3 weeks. So let's see, $5 times 21, about 105. Now that is not typical. That's not typical. Like again, you're probably, in order to get a client, you're probably have to spend like between like $750 like $1,000 for most people. In this case, it's just the ad was really good. It was a really good time of year, and like he had a lot of stuff like in place that really helped him out, right? So it's like that's a good result, but it's not for everybody. Like you're probably going to spend more to go and get clients, especially if you're learning this on your own. I think for me, the smartest approach to utilizing this strategy would be to mix in organic, that's the free or low cost method, with advertising. So I like to think of things on a continuum as far as like money and time. So when I'm first getting started, if I have a small budget for marketing, I would go and utilize like LinkedIn or maybe like referral partnerships, right? So the referral partnerships, that's gonna be a short-term and mid-term kind of like marketing strategy, where it's like you might get one client from a referral partner immediately, or it might take like anywhere between like 3 to 6 months before that referral partner starts like giving you like referral business. Okay, so that's cool. And then on the LinkedIn can be a little bit faster. It's gonna be like 7 to 14 day kind of turnaround time. So you're doing the LinkedIn to go and get that initial speed, that initial like clientele, that initial like income kind of coming in. Then your referrals start kicking in anywhere between like 2 to 3 months from when you start. And then once you've gotten paid from either the clients from the referrals or the clients from LinkedIn, you start saving like anywhere between like 5 to 10% of that money, and then you kind of put into an account that you're going to basically use for advertising. And then when it's time, when you feel like, okay, I know what I'm doing, I know how to do this consultation calls, I know how to do the sales, I'm very consistent, now we can start deploying some of that capital into paid ads, where I would do like maybe like a Thumbtack, probably Thumbtack to start, where I'm buying leads directly. Then what I'm going to do is, when I've either expended all the potential leads on Thumbtack or whatever, I'm going to start doing Facebook or Google search ads, start recreating Thumbtack for myself, right? Because then I can just buy for leads directly on Facebook. It's going to be a little bit cheaper because it's not as much of a markup when you buy the leads directly, and that's going to lower the cost per client that you have. So now you can spend more, your costs are lower, and you're getting more like quality clients that you actually like, that are going to be more tailored to your business model. So just everything gets better, but it's like all about starting and like learning how to build that short-term and long-term kind of like momentum with the free methods, and then build that long-term scale and consistency with the paid ads. Cool. Awesome. If this video has kind of given you any kind of help, or if, I think the more important thing is that like growing your business is tricky. Very, very tricky. And if you don't know what you're doing, it can be very expensive. Both from a time component as well as a financial component and emotional bank account component, right? If you want to be able to grow your business in a very consistent manner, without a lot of stress, with a lot of consistency, so that you can kind of, go get the life that you want, whether that's, be able to go and spend more time with your family. Like maybe you've been working for a little while, and like you've kind of missed your children growing up to a certain point. Maybe they're like 10, 12, 14. And you're running out of time to kind of, spend with them. And if you want to be able to go spend more time, you just start your business, get some help, join our mentorship program. Let's see if we can help you. Maybe you want to be able to travel. Like I'm in Fort Myers right now, right? I usually live in Michigan. I just got here yesterday, right? If you want to be able to go on more vacations, be able to have more time to not only be able to do the vacation, but also financially, you can just afford it and not even like think about money, right? Because vacation can be expensive. You can spend like what, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 on a weekend if you're depending on what your tastes are, right? So if you want some help, I'd love to be that person to help you out. I'd love to see, to what degree can I help you. So if you want to see if I can help you out, click the link inside the description above or below the video. But let's book a call. Let's see if I can help you, okay, inside of our mentorship program. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your day. Take it easy.
Recording stopped.